Hello Sports Star, and welcome along to today's training. My name's Ian Lane, and what I'm going to take you through today is what every physio ought to know about building their practice and what to do about it. Now, ideally, when you've got your practice up and running smoothly and the way you'd love it to be, you've got a well-oiled machine. So what we're talking about today is helping you build in that well-oiled machine so that when that car comes into the pits, the crew are in, boom, boom, it's out and going again. So that might mean you coming in to work with your clients, might mean your clients coming in, it might mean your team coming in. It's about building that well-oiled machine. The only problem with running your physio practice is that you want to give the best of service to your clients, and it means giving them the best. That's you. You're a client magnet, there's no doubt about it, and the problem is with them all wanting to see you and you want to do your best for them, you either get overbooked or you can't get people in for completing treatment cycles, you run short of time servicing your clients, and everything's in a hurry, everything backs up, and it gets quite frantic. Now the impact on you is that it saps your energy with all these people waiting to see you. It's working on your mind, it's working on their mind, and so when it comes to working on your business, you're often short of time, distracted, or just plain knackered and not giving 100%. I mean, have you ever felt tired? I mean, really tired. This is what happens. And where this impacts on you further is any staff training you've got to run, it's going to be inconsistent, it's going to be unfocused or unproductive. And you get frustrated because the training seems to fall on deaf ears, or the staff get frustrated because it feels it's ad hoc, or it might feel like a band-aid solution, and maybe the training's inconsistent and meetings are inconsistent, and you get to the point where you think you're probably better off on your own because it's just easier that way. The impact on your clients is, yes, they get to see you, however, the awesome treatment that you want to get often falls short. No, it doesn't always fall short, but often falls short because of an incomplete treatment cycle. And if you had the team and the systems in place to provide better service to your clients, then that would solve that problem. And lastly, the impact that probably I see too often is tired physios, not making enough money, bit of staff turnover, incomplete treatment cycles for clients, and generally leaving that feeling of dissatisfaction all around. Now, what's the problem? What's the cause of it? The cause is probably too many ideas, or it could be too few ideas about what to do. And if you add this to being time poor and low in energy, the whole concept just seems too hard. And so whenever it gets started, it usually comes to a grinding halt soon after, because there's just no systemised approach to follow. And even if you did get it flowing, your marketing is probably inconsistent and delivers sporadic results. But don't worry, there is a solution. A thing that I've put in place with successful physios in the past, and I'd like to show you some of it today. I call it my 3 steps to a well-oiled practice for physios. And it's a simple system, and it can help you achieve better results with more consistency. So here's how it works. There's 3 key areas. First of all is, you can see there's a diary there, or a calendar. That's your time, there's your team, and your money. Those are the 3 things that have to be put under control to get mastery of this business and make it work. Now, with your time, the first thing we've got to do is there's a 3-part system to it. First thing is a time audit. What are you doing with your time just now? What are other people in the practice doing with their time? So we can work out best use of your time and maybe reallocate it. Then we build a default diary for you. That's a diary that maps out your ideal week, and obviously you do the same for the team and train them to do it. Make it so that everyone's got access to it, post it on your door, and be disciplined with your time. So the key thing is about building a default diary and making sure that you've got time to work in and on the business. Having that time then lets you focus on how you can train your team. Now, a big part about this is when you do your diary and you set this time, you're going to have to learn a little bit of discipline. And the self-discipline guide I'll give you just now is learn to say no. It's about saying no more often than you say yes. You know, it's the things you say no to that give you the power, like no to extending sessions or unnecessary interruptions, or being mum and solving everybody's problems. All that sort of thing is really important. And the other thing is, when you're going through your default diary, you're going to come up with different areas where people work. So then what we do is we go into systemizing the routines there. So there's a 9-step program to systemize routines, but you know, basically, if you draw a little mind map like this, you can map out what your booking system is, what's your rebooking system, what's your customer service, what are the standards, what do people expect, what do they actually receive, you know, do a survey, follow up client system, what is that, how do you follow clients up and make sure they have complete treatment cycles, And obviously there's other areas that are important to you, but basically mapping it out and using a systemized approach to it will get you to where you want to get to. So now we're organized with our time. The next thing is about growing the team. And again, the team thing, it's not going to happen. You see some practices around that have got a great team there that have been together for a long time. They weren't a great team when they started, and they've become a great team. The whole point of using a systemized approach to building the team is you get there faster. So you can cut that time down significantly by running everyone through a simple program. Recruiting the right people is the most important part. The second part is engaging and mobilizing your team. So a simple program that looks at leadership, what people expect, what you expect of people, accountability, that kind of thing. Keeping it really simple makes it easy to do. So there's the first thing is to start with you and look at where you are and where you want the business to be, and then we find out what the shortfall is, and then from there we look at ways of working with the team to help them develop, and in the end what happens is they become so engaged in the development that they become mobilized. So that's why it's called engaging and mobilizing your team. So once you've grown your team to leverage off your system, and you've recruited that winning team, you're ready to grow the business. Now the reason we do it this way around, everyone wants more leads, wants to grow the business, but often they can't handle it, and so they drop people out the back door quicker than they come in the front door. So what we do is we make sure you're set up for it. Then you can turn the volume up on the machine. And the whole thing that we put in place there is called building a marketing machine, and everyone's is different. Now the first thing we would do is we do a marketing audit. What are you doing? What's working? What's not working? And get rid of things that aren't working and do more of the things that are. But then what we do is put you through a program of defining how you're unique, getting a target that works for you, and then learning how to set up that you own that niche. You become the go-to person. For one client I worked with is the go-to person for cyclists, another one's a go-to person for triathletes, another one's a go-to person for swimmers, another one's a go-to person for people who do water sports, like paddle sports, that kind of thing. Another one's a person who is the go-to person for people who use the gym. And so there's a whole load of different areas, lots of different niches you could own, and there's substantial markets in there. So it's about building a marketing machine that delivers a constant flow of clients, and you can switch it on to autopilot and make that work. So those are some of the simple steps that can help you head in the right direction. And if you want to chat a little further about how this could work for you, then what you could do is take the next step. And the next step is book in for a session with me. Now what I'm offering here is, if you'd like my help, you can offer a free 10-minute fast focus session. That's going to help you get clear on some specific steps for you and get you moving in the right direction. So easy way to do it, send me an email to book your spot. Email address is right there, ianlane@ianlane.com.au, and we'll hook up on the phone and have a chat about where you are and where you want to get to, and some of the specific solutions that might help you. So I look forward to talking to you shortly. I hope you enjoyed this small session, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.